So did the Marpe help with my facial aesthetics? Let's get into it. Okay, first of all, for those of you who don't know what a Marpe is an expander, and I had 6 screws installed at the roof of my mouth that expanded my upper palate, pushed it forward, and I'm wearing my aligners right now. I still have my little tags on my teeth to help move everything back together. But one of the amazing benefits with Marpe is the facial aesthetics. Now, some people say they're worried, like, oh, will your nose get wider? And I do think my nose got just a hair wider, but nothing that bothers me. What I do love is look at my cheeks, look at my jawline. It is much more snatched. I remember when I was going through the whole process and I was talking to my tongue tie surgeon, the doctor who's going to be Dr. Zaghi. He said, one of the great things about when you get the Marpe is it's like a incidental facelift. And as much as I hated the idea of getting the Marpe and having to go through the gap, the big, I had like this much gap between my front teeth, but it has been so freaking worth it. I cannot believe my jowl lines. I had, more of a jowl lines, just that little bit, because literally, maybe it was this much. Not a lot, but yet a lot in face. It doesn't take much to just lift up. So what it did is it pushed things forward and it gave me kind of a more youthful, look at my jaw, look at my cheekbones. And it just pulled everything up. So I am super happy. And even like wrinkle lines, all of that. But really, I noticed, like I said, the jowl lines here are so much less pronounced. So I am very happy aesthetically with what happened with the Marpe. And then of course, that was just a side bonus. The biggest bonus is I'm sleeping so much better. And I haven't got my gap is still, I got a tiny bit at the gap there. I have 4 more weeks approximately of wearing my aligners, and hopefully I'll have my bite corrected so that I can, have that's the thing that's kind of a nut that kind of annoys me, is not being able to bite properly. But overall, I think I've got my smile. Let me see. It's a broader smile. And yeah, I just feel like I need to put my before and after pictures, because it really is a marked difference. And I'm getting more and more comments and people saying, you've had a facelift, you've had fillers. And I'm like, nope, I have not. I do have one piece of advice. When I was going through the process, I was worried about having, my face looking odd. And one thing that both my myofunctional therapist and my orthodontist warned me of is not going too wide. Because what happens is as you're widening your palate, you can also breathe better in your nose. All of this, the positive benefits. But that if you go, even just a little bit too much, then your face really starts looking kind of distorted, kind of flat, and you will definitely have like this really pulled out kind of nose thing. So it really matters. It matters who you're working with so that you get the very, very best result. So think about it. Breathe better, sleep better, better aesthetic smile, and an incidental facelift. I'd say the Marpe's worth it. And if you're a parent and you have your children are dealing with some of these issues and you're like, I don't want them to have to go through, with the expansion, do it now. Don't wait, because I tell you what, it is much easier for someone young to go through it than to do it as an adult. You can do it as an adult, but I wish that I had known about this when I was, just a young girl. Honestly, I wish that I'd had my tongue tie released as a baby, because most likely my upper palate, my jaw, all of that would have grown as it should have without having that fascia tied from the tongue tie that didn't allow my upper palate to grow more than that size of a size of about an 8-year-old.